Hey, everybody. We talking about how I found the courage to get divorced. Let me first start off by telling you. I've been a single mother. So I never planned to be a single mother. I had hoped to be married when I had my child, but I wasn't. And to be honest, I thought surely I would get married by the time she's 5. And 5 came and went. Then I thought I'd be married by the time she's 10. 10 came and went. So about 14 came and went. And oh my God, by the time she was 18 and off to college, I still had never gotten married. And while I thought that I was patiently waiting for God, the empty nester syndrome, I think it's a little tougher on us, those of us who are single parents, right? Because when you've raised a child or children for 18, 20 years by yourself, and then they go off to college, what you want them to do, it is a little bit lonely, At least it was for me. And because I had this strong desire to get married, I guess I'm telling you, just straight got ahead of the process. So I met this fine guy. That's always been my weakness, a good-looking man. And I'm going to tell you, we didn't date very long. But I wouldn't make time the issue. The issue, to be honest, was me. I was in a hurry. I was ready. And I thought God didn't know better, but I did. And so I met this guy, this good-looking guy. And despite all the many red flags that I did see that suggested that we were not really compatible, me and my hope, I had misplaced my hope and thought that I could hope us into something great. And so I proceeded. And I got married. And to be honest, it probably was the day after I got married. Definitely within 4 days, I realized I had made a poor choice. Now, of course, that's embarrassing, right? And my God, will it take a lot of courage for you to come back and say to everybody, I have made a poor choice. So instead of me doing that, I figured since I had gotten myself into this, I at least had a duty to try to make it work. But remember, it takes two. And he wasn't so amicable to trying to make things work. At least I didn't think so. And by the 3rd month in, I knew I had to get out. No matter how embarrassing, no matter what anyone else thought, it's what I had to do for my own sanity. Besides, my daughter said to me, Mom, what have you done? You've never even dated a guy like this. Get rid of him. Yeah, that's what she said. And so I had to do something. And it was painful because at the stage in my life, here I was in my early 40s. How could I be so stupid? How could I have made such a poor choice, But thankfully, I really am resilient. And thankfully, I really am courageous. So I accepted things as they were. And this wasn't right. And we weren't meant to be together. And I had to let go. So maybe about 8 or 9 months into the marriage, I moved out. And by 13, 14 months after the marriage, our divorce was final. Yeah. And I'm thankful because that absolutely took a lot of courage to let go. And for that matter, to let the world know that I made a poor choice. But I was not going to spend the rest of my life pretending like something was when it wasn't. And so I got divorced. Okay. So I'm going to give you all a little bit of details. I got to get better with this, right? Give you the details of why did I get divorced? Well, so first of all, okay, I'm very vibrant. I'm very active. My ex-husband, or my husband at the time, I remember right after we got married, I went to ask him, hey, let's go hiking. And he was like, nah, just go. You go and do that. And I'll be here waiting for you. And I thought, what? I thought that's why we got married. So we would do things together. So, okay, that was one thing. I thought, this is not good. Then the weekend came, and he wanted to sleep all weekend. In fact, he would like to get home on Friday and not go back out until Monday to time to work. That was totally opposite of me. And I just remember thinking, what in the heck have I done to myself? Oh, my goodness. Then this what really got me, right? So my husband, when we were dating, he always cooked. He seemed to enjoy cooking. I expressed to him that I'm not really a cooker. I can cook. I cook pretty good, but I don't like cooking. All of a sudden, one day he comes home and tells me, I'm starting to feel like you're waiting on me to eat. And I'm thinking, well, maybe I am. What's the problem? Well, it was a problem because he felt like, well, although he liked to cook and although he did most of the cooking, that was a woman's job. You should be cooking, even though I was working and making most of the money. I never brought that up. But nonetheless, I had to start cooking. I had to buy the food. On top of that, I had to create the grocery list. And for me, that was too burdensome. This was not a partnership to me, people. Okay? Then to top it off, he'd get upset and want to withhold sex. Now that, for me, that was too much. Withhold sex? And he'd say, I'm upset. Yeah, he's upset with me. He's turned off. Turned off? He started having me feeling like I felt like a man. I wanted to take it. Yeah, what type of marriage is this? Then, to top it off, he'd get upset at the smallest thing. Why did you leave a cup here? Why didn't you pick it up? Well, why can't you move it? Let me add one other thing. Y'all, I'd go in the shower, right? And it's literally snot boogers on the shower wall. I'm not making this up. And I thought, now this cannot be a part of the marriage, okay? So the first time, I quietly cleaned it up. And the second, third, fourth, wait a minute. What's going on here? No. And then he told me, well, I didn't know how to be a wife. And I thought, maybe I don't, if this is what's required. No, I wasn't getting what I needed. I didn't have a partner to do things with. I didn't have a partner to talk with. Now you might say, well, Renee, didn't you know all this before you got married? The truth is I didn't, because he presented himself as a talker, as a doer, as somebody who wanted something out of life. And while he didn't make as much money as I did, I didn't think that was an issue because I'm a team player. So I thought as long as we were working together, it didn't matter. We could do everything. But no. I had somebody who really, I don't know if he wanted the sugar mama or what he wanted, but clearly I wasn't the one. And so after we can't do anything together, constantly arguing, withholding sex, and then the icing on the cake is when he would get upset over the smallest thing and flat out call me stupid and dumb. Now that is when I thought, oh my, I got me a real Ike Turner on my hands, people. And unlike Tina, I don't have 20 years. I don't even have another 20 minutes for this. So yeah, I had to find the courage to accept that I had made a poor choice, because the reality is, while I did not see everything before we got married, and maybe had we dated longer, possibly that could have been possible. But the truth is, I saw enough that should have made me turn and run, but I didn't. And that was because of my own selfish desires, I wanted to be married. I wanted to be married. And so since I wanted to be married, I got what I wanted. But in reality, I didn't. And so I had to have the courage to let go so that I could get what I wanted. I can't believe I'm telling my business like this. All right, folks. I got more where this comes from. Let's talk about it later.